What's good with y'all? Check something out here real quick. Make sure we rolling. I don't know if we rolling or not. Yeah, give me a second. What's good with your fam? Yes, yes. What's good with your fam? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure everything is right, baby. Then we gonna dive right in this thing. Yeah. We're gonna dive right in this thing. Give me 1 second. Okay. What's up, fam? Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, man. It's your guy, Big Will. And I'm ready to talk this boxing, man. Let me turn this down real quick, man. We got the upcoming fight in about 3 weeks, man. We got Erroll Spence Jr. going up against Mikey Garcia, man. I've been doing a whole lot of videos about this, man. And, I've been getting a whole lot of feedback on it, man. A lot of people going for Spence, man. But there's a lot of Mikey fans also. You know what I mean? Will Mikey Garcia be able to do it? You know what I'm saying? Erroll Spence was on. He did an interview this week. It might have been a day or yesterday, man. He was talking about how by the end of the year he expects to be pound for pound number one. Let me see if I could pull that article up, man. It was an article on boxing scene. Give me a second here. Let me pull that up, man. He said by the end of the year he should be number one, pound for pound number one. This is Spence. This is what Spence said. You guys think he could do it? Can he be number one by beating Mikey Garcia? And if he beat Mikey Garcia, he'll probably fight Sean Porter next, or the winner of that fight, or Ugas, if Ugas is able to win, Let me pull up that article real quick, just so I don't get nothing mixed up, man. But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. The fight's, right around the corner, Believe it or not, Mikey Garcia got a whole lot of people riding with him, man. Hoping that, he's able to upset Spence. You know what I'm saying? And I'm calling it an upset because, like I said, the majority of boxing insiders got Spence, winning. They favor Spence. A lot of people think that Spence is going to crush him. You know what I mean? Crush him. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be more competitive than what people think. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a lot more competitive than what people think, man. Mikey Garcia, he did not call Spence out to lay down. You know what I mean? He just ain't going to lay down, man. You know what I'm saying? We got an article right here. Yeah, Spence says, I will be pound for pound number one by the end of the year. Let me read his exact quotes. The reporter asked him, if 2019 plays out the way that you envision, do you believe that you'll be regarded as the best fighter on the planet? These are Errol Spence Jr.'s exact words. He said, I definitely want that. I think that that can happen, especially in a welterweight division with all the talent that is there. It just takes all of us fighters fighting each other, and I think that I will definitely be pound for pound fighter by the end of this year. Now, the question is, just by defeating Mikey Garcia, and after that he'll probably fight Sean Porter or the winner of that fight, can he be pound for pound number one? Mikey beat Spence by unanimous decision, 116 to 112. That's possible. We got another one, OJ Columbia. Mikey will win 115, 113. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there rooting for Mikey Garcia, man. You know what I mean? Not just rooting for him, but there's a lot of people who believe that Errol Spence has not proven that, that he's an elite fighter. You know what I'm saying? And you look at the win over Kell Brook. A lot of people look at the win over Kell Brook, say Kell Brook was the best name on his resume. You know what I'm saying? But some people could say, look at Kell Brook's resume. Who's the best name on Kell Brook's resume? And the answer is Sean Porter. Sean Porter is the best name on Kell Brook's resume, the only name on Kell Brook's resume. So if Kell Brook is the best guy that Errol Spence beat, and Sean Porter is the best guy on Kell Brook's resume, how good really is Errol Spence? I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you from Whittier, California, man. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, man. I appreciate you stopping through, man. Mikey Garcia, man, when he says that he sees something in Spence, man, a lot of people, think it's bullshit. A lot of people don't believe that he sees nothing. You know what I mean? This one guy in my comment section said that he sees an ass whooping. You know what I mean? But what I think, what I envision Mikey Garcia seeing in Errol Spence is that, Errol Spence's lack of defense, man, lack of head movement. And Mikey believes in his power. You know what I'm saying? He believes that, he'll be able to hurt Spence. You know what I mean? He believes that he'll be able to hit him and he'll be able to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? And outbox him, and, a lot of people think that Errol Spence pressure will be too much for Mikey Garcia. My man CMD, man, sorry, but Spence won't be pound for pound number one, not by beating Mikey Garcia. Yeah, I don't see it, man. Andre says, hell no. Hell no about what, man? Spence being pound for pound number one, or will Mikey Garcia upset Errol Spence? Where's the hell no about, Andre? I don't know, man. I don't know if, sorry, but no. Boxing needs a fight like this. I agree, man. I agree. And Mikey made a good reference point in that PBC. PBC did that press conference live on air. And Mikey Garcia, he made a real good statement saying that you rarely see two undefeated fighters. You know what I'm saying? Two undefeated champions, that's on the pound for pound list. Go at it head to head. You really don't see that, man, with the talent of these two guys. You rarely see that, man. You know what I mean? Regardless of whether or not you think Mikey Garcia is too small or not. Mikey Garcia is one of the best fighters right now. Errol Spence is one of the best fighters right now. Mikey Garcia has fought at 140. You know what I mean? He dominated Adrian Broner for 12 rounds. He dominated Sergey Lipinets at 140 for 12 rounds, man. So 7 pounds, man, 7 pounds might not, really be that big of a jump, man. Adrian Gonzalez, if Spence loses, he might retire. Hey, he might, man. He might, because there's a lot of pressure on him, man. There's a lot of pressure on Spence because he's supposed to win. And also, he's fighting in front of his home crowd. You know what I mean? Everybody that he grew up with, everybody he went to school with, everybody that he knows will be at that fight, man. And if he loses, how you gonna walk around Dallas? You know what I mean? In a fight like this where he was supposed to dominate, You know what I mean? A little dude coming up saying, "I want that smoke." You know what I mean? When all the other welterweights wouldn't dare step in the ring with him. You know, they ain't want to mention Spence's name. You know what I'm saying? But the balls of Mikey Garcia, the kahunas of this guy to say, you know what? I'm going to jump up there and I'm going to call out this so-called boogeyman Erroll Spence, and I want him in the ring. I want that smoke. You know what I mean? That tells you right there that this guy ain't going to lay down, man. A lot of dudes talking about he going to throw in the towel. You know, Robert Garcia going to have that towel ready, you know what I mean, and all that, man. I don't see it, man. Mr. J. Duke 40 says one weight division and he beats Mikey and Pac-Man this year, and it still won't make him pound for pound the best. Not with Crawford in your division. Hell nah. Yeah, Mr. J Duke 40. I could feel you. I feel you on that, man. Definitely not with Crawford out there. You know what I'm saying? But before, Keith Thurman went out, I would have mentioned Keith Thurman's name in this too, man. But I gotta see Keith Thurman in a couple more fights, man. I gotta see him get back to top form, if he can get back to top form, man. I follow him on social media, man, and he looks like he's just enjoying life, man. I'm seeing him posting pictures, man. He's in Japan, he's over here, he's in the boxing gym over there, he's in the clubs over there, and he's really hoping for that Manny Pacquiao fight, man. So Thurman, I really can't put him in that category right now. My man CMD Boxing Report says, I do believe that Erroll Spence will have trouble with Mikey in the early rounds. Yeah, man. For those people who think Erroll Spence is just going to walk over Mikey Garcia, I think they're going to be in for a surprise, man. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's going to make the fight that much better, because a lot of people are just expecting, Erroll Spence to walk over him. And when they see that, especially early, when they see that that's not the case, that's going to create some doubt in some of them dudes' minds. My man Andre says, Spence is going to beat Garcia easier than Kell Brook. Brook was big and hit harder than Mikey. Mikey is too small and light for Spence. It's weight classes for a reason. Madonna versus Broner again. Yeah, I agree with you. There is weight classes for a reason, man. But, Madonna ain't no Spence, and Broner definitely ain't no Mikey, man. And I don't know about Kell Brook hitting harder than Mikey. I don't know about that, man. Kell Brook's knockout ratio, wasn't all that. You know what I mean? Antonia Ma says, I think Mikey could potentially cause an upset. His ring intelligence is top notch. He's not going to be in there to lay down. Mikey will surprise us. I definitely agree with you, Antonio. That's what I've been saying this whole time, man. You know what I mean? He's not going in there to lay down. He ain't do all this. He ain't do all this to lay down, man. He didn't call Erroll Spence out. You know what I mean? People thought it wasn't going to happen. A lot of people thought he was clout chasing. A lot of people thought he was just name dropping, bullshitting. But the fight is 3 weeks away. The fight is here. The fight is here. My man CMD Boxing Report says, let's not forget Mikey is coming up from the lightweight division, and he'll bring that lightweight speed to the welterweight division. Yeah, I agree with you. He'll have a little speed, but in my opinion, Mikey was never really all that fast. You know what I'm saying? He really, he never really showed that lightning speed. He got good speed, don't get me wrong. He got good speed, but, he don't have that Manny Pacquiao type of quickness, you know what I'm saying? To be able to get in and out, man, like a flash, you know what I'm saying? But, I think he will be, a little faster than Erroll Spence, man. And we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But I'm expecting Mikey Garcia to come in there and try to get Erroll Spence's respect real fast. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come in there and try to get his respect immediately. You know what I'm saying? He can't go in there trying to fill out, because the way I see it, Erroll Spence is going to come in there from round one and try to destroy him. You know what I mean? He's going to try to make a statement, because I think he feels insulted that this little guy calls him out. You know what I mean? He feels insulted that, this guy that, nobody else wanted to call him out. But this guy from a lighter weight class decides to call him out. You know what I'm saying? So Erroll Spence, feel a little, he got to prove a point here. My man CMD says, yeah, I hear what you're saying. However, that good speed he has at lightweight will be lightning speed at welterweight. You may have a point, man. You may have a point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disputing that. I'm definitely not disputing that, man. What do you think about Erroll Spence's speed? You think Erroll Spence, you think his speed is can match Mikey's? Andre says CMB boxing reports he will be too slow gaining all that muscle and weight. How y'all think he looked at that press conference, man? You know what I mean? He wore that black shit. You know what I mean? When you wear black, man, you can't really, you can't really see a person's shape. You know what I mean? I think he wore that on purpose, man. He wanted to be a surprise when he stepped into that ring. You know what I mean? He's 3 weeks away. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he might be around 152, 153, somewhere around there, man. I believe both dudes is around the weight, man. But Erroll Spence just looked at so much bigger than him, man. You know what I'm saying? He looked at so much bigger than him, especially taller than him, man. I don't know, man. I don't know about the size difference, man. But they asked Pacquiao. What he thought. What advice would he give Mikey Garcia facing a bigger guy? Being that Pacquiao done it before. Being that Pacquiao, been in his shoes fighting bigger guys, in his career. Pacquiao came all the way up, man. So he been fighting bigger guys his whole career. And Pacquiao said with speed. He said Mikey Garcia will have to kill him with speed. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be, that's going to be the main point of this fight. If Mikey Garcia can be fast. Can be fast with it. I've been making these videos, man, and I've been getting a lot of comments in the comment section, man. Just a lot of people saying different things that, some of it is quite surprising of what they think, man. My man CMD says, Andre, Roy Jones didn't lose any speed when he went to heavyweight. And big faces, no, I don't think Spence speed could match Garcia's. You may have a point. Yeah, Jones went up there, man, and, he still looked it fast. He still looked it flashy and still looked it good. My man Big Ray says, yeah, but not going to be easy, but he will pull off the upset. Salute to Big Ray, man. What's good with your fam? Yeah, it's not going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that, it's going to be easy. But I think, Mikey Garcia is going to surprise a whole lot of people, man. He's going to surprise a whole lot of people. My man Antonio says the question most people have is how will Mikey respond if and when he gets hit by Spence? I believe Mikey will come prepared for whatever Spence will bring. He can't afford to make too many mistakes. I agree with you, man. And that's one thing that I think about, man. How will Mikey respond when, Spence hit him? You know what I'm saying? Because, I was watching a couple Spence fight. I watched the fight with Spence and, what's his name, Van Herten. And I was just watching how Spence was attacking him, man. The punches that he was hitting him. When the velocity on them punches. It seems like every punch Spence throws has got bad intentions on it. You know what I mean? You know how people, just throw punches out there, throw feelers out there. Spence don't waste no punches, man. He throws every punch with bad intentions. You know what I mean? And I want to see how Mikey Garcia is able to stand up to his punches, man, especially when he start attacking that body. Because if y'all remember in that Adrian Broner fight, man, I did a video about this. It was one of my first videos when I first started doing this. I believe it was the 9th round, man, and Adrian Broner, he started going to Mikey Garcia's body. And, Mikey Garcia didn't like that. I seen him putting his elbows down to his sides, you know what I mean? But he still dominated Broner, but, when Broner went to that body, Mikey didn't like it, man. So my question is, how is he going to react when, a guy like Spence, who I think is the best body puncher in boxing right now. How is he going to react when Spence goes to that body, man? Ron Raymond says Spence don't move his head. When he comes in, Mikey going to box the crap out of him. You know, Rod, I just spoke about that. You know what I mean? Mikey got that mean 1-2. You know what I mean? That precise with precision like a piston. That 1-2 is the best in the game as far as I'm concerned, man. You remember Sergey Lipinets' face? Sergey Lipinets' head was all swole up, man. Looked like, y'all remember that movie, Mask, with Rocky Dennis? And dude's face was all lopsided and lumped up. That's how Sergey Lipinets' face was, man. Mikey Garcia can punch, man. And that 1-2, he was just connecting all night, man. His you know, his range is sick. You know what I mean? His precision is crazy, man. And you know, Spence talked about it the other day. You know what I mean? You know, people asked him, one of them, I forget what reporter it was, man. No, they said Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley said that he don't move his head. And Spence was saying he might not move his head, but he blocks punches with his gloves. You know what I'm saying? And will be able to block Mikey Garcia's punches. You know, Mikey got that great timing. You know what I mean? He shoots that 1-2 in there like a piston. Was Spence gonna be able to block that? You know, my man Robert Archie, man, Sluggo, what's good with you, fam? You know, how you feeling, bro? My man Rod Ramon said, true, Broner did get to Mikey's body. Yeah, he got to it, man. I believe it was that 9th round. You know what I mean? Amos Pagan said, it's going to be the fight of the year. Let the best man win. That's right, fam. I believe it's going to be the fight of the year also. You know, I believe it's going to be the fight of the year because Mikey's going to surprise a lot of people. You know what I mean? That's what's going to make it so great, man. He's going to do things, even if he lose, I think Mikey Garcia is going to show that he's one of the best fighters in the world with this performance, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if he lose, you know what I'm saying? So I think it will be one of the best fights, one of the best fights of the year, man. Spence, my man Rod Ramon says, I got my ringside seats for Mikey's fight. That's what's up, fam. That's what's up, man. I'm still trying to see if they're going to give me credentials, man. They don't let you know until like the last week, you know what I'm saying? The last week before. So I'm going to see if I get credentials to that thing, man. I'm going to try to get down there, man. But if not, I'm just going to order the pay-per-view, man, and probably throw a fight party or something, man. But we'll see, man. But it's 3 weeks away, man. 3 Saturdays from tomorrow, it's going down. We're going to find out if Mikey Garcia really sees something. You know what I mean? My man Vado Locos Forever says, what were the prices on ringside seats? I guess he's talking to my man Rod Ramon. They weren't that. I seen some. I don't know if they was ringside, but they was right up in, right in front of the ring, man, for about $500-600. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about ring right up in front, but I don't know. Maybe Rod Ramon can tell you about that. My man William Telemontis says, have the odds gotten closer? I don't know. I ain't really checked the odds, man. Duke Oden, what's good with your fam? He says, I don't think Mikey will be the same after this one. You really don't think so, fam? He might not be, man. It's all about how he takes Spence's punch, man. If he could take Spence's power, you know what I mean, we'll see. Like, a lot of people thought Lipinets was a solid puncher. I'm not comparing Lipinets, with Spence on the level with Spence, but a lot of people consider Lipinets to be a tough guy. They consider Lipinets to be, a strong puncher, man, and Mikey dominated him. So, he may surprise you. My man Sprite says, Spence is a hype job. He never had an opponent go after him. Look at all the highlights. The opponents are always just standing, not even trading. Name me one name under Erroll's belt. Wow. My man Vados Locos Forever says 600 isn't bad at all. Yeah, that ain't bad, man. Adrian Gonzalez, how much will the pay-per-view cost? I don't know. They ain't come out with that price yet. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to be probably about $80. It's going to be on Fox. Fox's first pay-per-view for boxing. You know what I mean? Probably going to be around $80. Rod Ramon says ringside up front going for 1,000 apiece. Yeah, that ain't bad either. That ain't bad for this fight here, man. This fight is gonna be, you know what I mean? I believe this fight will be talked about, you know, for a long time. And I say that, I've said it before, I'm saying it again for those that just coming in, man. For the fact that Mikey's gonna surprise so many people that people are gonna be talking about his performance for a long time. Even if he lose, I think that the type of performance that he'll put down, man, will be one that will leave no doubt that he's one of the best fighters in the world, even if he lose. You know what I'm saying? Valerie Gant, that's my fam. What's up with you, fam? She said, I guess I'll be watching pay-per-view. Yeah, it's gonna go down. What's good with you, cuzzo? Chris Baird says Mikey going to sleep. A lot of people been saying that in my comment section, man. Like I said, it's all going to depend on how Mikey is able to take Spence's punch. JC Boxing says, I think Spence deserves props for being ducked by all the PBC welterweights. No question. That's what I was saying from the beginning, that, no other welterweight wanted to step up to Spence. No other welterweight wanted to get in there with him, man. It took this little guy from a smaller weight class to raise his hand in the classroom and says, pick me. I want that smoke, man. You know what I'm saying? Mikey got big-ass balls, big kahunas, man. And you got to respect Mikey for that. You know what I'm saying? My man Sprite says, fun fact, Mikey got 949 at Fox punching machine while Erroll got 889. Yeah, I seen that. Chris Baird says Mikey going to sleep in 5. Wow. You only give him 5, fam? You only give him 5? Okay. Rob Ramon says Mikey going to be half a farmer if he beats Spence. Hall of Famer, my bad. He's going to be Hall of Famer if he beats Spence. You know what? I think so, because everybody is doubting him. Everybody's calling Spence the boogeyman. And if this little guy goes up to welterweight and defeats the boogeyman, I don't know, man. I don't know. Adrian Gonzalez says $80. Damn, that price have gone up, but I just have to watch the fight. Yeah, I feel you. That is a lot, man. I heard Bob Arum say that the pay-per-view for Crawford and Khan is going to be $59.99. You know what I'm saying? So, Spence Mikey might be around there. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. That's just a price that I just threw out there. I don't know how much it's going to be. Antonio Ma says, it's not going to be easy, but I can see Mikey make it to the 12th round. I think he will hold his own in there. Erroll Spence's power is overrated, says Vato Locos forever. My man, I Bring the Ruckus says Mikey has pop. Spence isn't walking through him. Yeah, I agree with that, man. I agree. You heard all the stories, man, of all the guys, coming out that Robert Garcia gym, man. All them dudes saying Mikey hit hard. You know what I'm saying? And we see it when Mikey fights. You know what I mean? Mikey definitely hit hard. You know what I mean? Adrian Broner, he wasn't able to get Broner out of there because Broner, in my opinion, was fighting scared. Broner was fighting not to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But Lipinets was there. Lipinets got put on his ass. Lipinets just got a hell of a chin. He's real durable. But Mikey fucked him up. Excuse my language. Chris Baird says Mikey struggled with Lipinets, in which I thought he lost that fight. Plus, he been on the deck a couple times already. Spence going to kill that body. I don't think Mikey struggled with Lipinets at all, fam. I thought he dominated Lipinets, man. It was a tough fight. But I think Mikey clearly won that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think he clearly won that fight. He's been on the deck once. He's been on the deck once, maybe twice. But he wasn't really hurt. It was like a flash knockdown. But I understand what you're saying. But if you think about it, since Mikey Garcia has come back off of that 2-year hiatus, when he was he was having a dispute with Top Rank, and he sat out for that 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. Ever since he's come back, man, and dedicated his life to boxing, man, Mikey, he don't look the same. You know what I mean? He looks like a totally new fighter, man. He's been destroying everybody that come across him, man. Um, Rod Ramon says Mikey spars 170 pounders. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. He spars them big boys, and them big boys says he hits hard. CMD says none of the PBC welterweights wanted smoke from Spence, but Crawford and Ugas wanted that smoke. Yeah, Ugas was calling him out. You know what I mean? Ugas was calling him out. We all know Crawford want that thing. Rob S says we in here. What's good, Rob S? Fam. My cuz Ashley, what's good with you, baby? Stopping by to say, hey, cuz, love you. Keep doing your thing. I love you too, baby. Chris Bed says Spence knocked out Broner in sparring with bigger gloves. Yeah, I heard about that. I think Freddie Roach brought that out. He mentioned something about that. Andre says CMD boxing reports speeds don't mean nothing. Madonna is slow as hell and was tagging Mayweather easy. And Carlos Baldomir beat a fast Zab Judah. Mikey is not even fast. It's just his timing is good. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, man. Mikey's never really been, a real fast fighter, man. He never really showed fast hand speed or fast footwork. You know what I mean? He just like Andre said, man, his timing is just so good and impeccable, man, that, he just hits his target. Rod Ramon says, yeah, Mikey only had a flash knockdown in Corpus Christi. I was there. Yeah, he got back up. That's the fight when, he looked over at the corner and smiled like, God damn, I got knocked down. But he got back up. You know what I mean? Rod Ramon says, yeah, Mikey only, I just read that. William Telemontes says, I really like the respect the fighters have for each other, no trash talking. Yeah, you can see both dudes respect each other. Both dudes are humble. Spence is a real humble dude. I watched the interviews, man, where he said, that he respect Mikey, for taking this challenge, but that's where it ends. So he said once that bell rings, all the respect goes out the door. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna see, man. Chris Baird says, I doubt Mikey hit harder than Kell Brook. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Kell Brook's knockout ratio ain't like Mikey's. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook, he was catching Spence with some good things, man, but I don't know if he could punch hard as Mikey. Nature Peeps, what's up, little fam? What's up? Keep going. I appreciate that. JC Boxing, what do you think about Spence not selling the fight much? He won't even release any training videos. JC Boxing, I did a video on this, man. It got like 15,000 views, man, where I talked about this, man. And he's not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and people got in the comment section talking about, he's not supposed to act the ass like Adrian Broner. And, I'm not saying act like Adrian Broner. Get out there and make a fool of yourself. I'm not saying trash talk or nothing like that. I'm saying talk about the fight. Post the flyers of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Show some sparring footage. Show hitting the bag. Show some jump rope. Show something. You know what I mean? Let people know about the date. He stated in the past that he want to be a pay-per-view star. You want to be a pay-per-view star, you got to get the casual fans to buy the fight. And how they going to buy the fight if they don't know who the hell you or Mikey Garcia is? You got to promote them. You got to let people know who you are, man. The casual fan don't know you, so they're not going to buy the fight. So how are you going to be a pay-per-view star if you're not getting these people to buy the fight? Think about that. How is he going to be a pay-per-view star if he's not getting the people to buy the fight? Yeah, Fox is doing their part, man, but, you know what I'm saying? But come on. As a fighter, you got to invest in yourself, man. This is the age of social media. He's posting all type of different things. Invest in yourself. Post about the fight. You got to up your first pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a big star, invest in yourself. Talk about yourself. Talk about this big fight that you got coming up, man. Get people excited. Get people talking about it. That's all I'm saying. My man CMD says, Andre, for one, Mayweather was playing defense on the ropes. That's why he was able to get close. And for Zab Judah, he was never disciplined. Okay, okay. Chris Bed says it's the accumulation of punches that's going to get Mikey. He letting Mikey hang himself. This fight is already sold. A lot of people have been saying that. A lot of people saying that he don't have to do nothing. The fight's already sold. And them accumulation of punches, man. That's how what I'm saying. That's how Spence beats everybody up, man. He beats you up round by round, blow by blow, piece by piece. You know what I mean? He breaks fighters down, man. And by the mid to late rounds, they just start crumbling, man. Like a brick wall. You got a sledgehammer, you keep chipping away, man. Then all of a sudden it just crumbled down, man. That's what Spence be doing. You know what I mean? That's what Spence be doing to his opponents. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Gonzalez says, it might Tony, but we'll just have to see. Pac-Man's speed wasn't affected when he went up, but everybody is different, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, you're right. Everybody's different. Pacquiao was just a fast, a fast dude anyway. You know what I'm saying? Even at the lower weight classes, Pacquiao showed his speed. Mikey Garcia really never showed that he had that flashy speed. You know what I'm saying? He really wasn't never a fast, his hands are not real fast. His footwork ain't real fast. So he never really had that blazing speed. I mean, he got good speed, but he never really had that Pacquiao type of speed. Javon Grant says Garcia has a big fan base and they are fighting in Spence hometown. It will sell. I'm not talking just about, the hometown crowd, man. A lot of people from Texas, they was jumping in the comment section saying, we're going to be in there, we buying tickets and this and that. I'm talking about the pay-per-view, fam. If you want to sell this pay-per-view, you got to get the casual fans to buy it. Us diehards, we going to buy it. People that watch boxing all the time is going to buy it. But in order to be a pay-per-view store, you got to get people to buy it that really don't buy it. You got to get the average Joe to say, this is an event. I got to see it. I can't miss it. I'm going to buy it. Those are the dudes that you got to get to buy it. Those are the people that you got to get to click on that pay-per-view. The people who don't really watch boxing but don't want to miss it because they think it's an event that they cannot miss. And that's what's going to make you a pay-per-view store. My man King Palmer, what's good with you, fam? I'm just chilling. My man Chris Bed says Jerry Jones is doing that. Yeah, he's promoting the fight. I'm just saying Spence needs to do his part. He needs to invest in himself a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. I know Jerry Jones going to do his part. Fox is going to do his part. Mikey been doing his part, but Spence ain't been doing no promotion. He haven't, and that's just the truth. He haven't. CMD says, Andre, I said that Mikey will give Spence trouble in the early rounds. I never said that he'll beat Spence. Yeah, I think Mikey going to surprise a lot of people, man. I really do. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, man. Don't forget to subscribe, man, if you're checking me out. I appreciate you all coming through. Don't forget to hit the like button, man. I just jumped on here real quick just to talk about the fight coming up, man. My Second City CM Punk says, between Spence and Mikey, who do you think has faced greater opposition? I think as far as weight classes go, Mikey has faced the better competition in his weight class. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Spence would beat anybody on Mikey's resume easily. I think he stops everybody on Mikey's resume. But as far as names in the divisions that Mikey was in, I think Mikey fought the better opponents. Mr. King Palmer says, are you going to Dallas, bro? I don't know, man. I put in for credentials, and I'm waiting for, to see if I can, if they approve it. You know what I'm saying? They wait till the last minute to do that. But if they approve my credentials, yeah, I'm going to be there. If not, I'm just going to order that thing on pay-per-view. Chris Bed says Mikey's a slow starter. Can't do that against Spence. You're right. Mikey got to come in there And from the door, he gotta get Spence's respect. From the first round. Within that first minute, Mikey gotta prove to Spence that he hits hard. You know what I'm saying? Because Spence has come out with something to prove. Spence is gonna come out like a freight train trying to hurt him. You know what I mean? Because Spence ain't playing with him, man. CMD says, I saw Mikey face better opponents. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Andre says, CMD report, my bad. It just seemed like when a fighter lose, people always find excuses. Chris Baird says, bro, you can't be sipping your water on live like on that live. Hey, fam, my mouth getting a little dry, man. Need a little H2O, man, a little aqua, you know. JC Boxing, you agree with many boxing people that Spence doesn't move his head? Yeah, Spence even, I talked about this a little while ago, man. Spence even talked about it, man. He did an interview, and a reporter asked him, you know, about Tim Bradley, what he thought about Tim Bradley saying that he don't move his head. You know what I mean? Spence said, I don't need to move my head. He said he blocked his punches with his gloves. You know, he said that you never seen him with a busted eye, a busted lip, a busted nose. So he must be doing something right. And I got to agree with him, man. You never see Spence face all marked up. You know what I'm saying? So for people that say he don't move his head, man, I never seen him all marked up. You know what I mean? I never seen him all marked up. I seen him, you know, bouncing punches off his gloves and, you know what I mean, shit like that. So, yeah, I agree with you that he don't move his head, but, you know, he got other defense. William Telemonte says, do you know how much weight Spence has to come down to make weight? I don't know. They say Spence get pretty big in between fights. And if you know, I seen him at the fights, watching these other fights, he looked it big. You know, his face was all, swolled up, you know what I mean? So I would say about between 170 and 180, you know what I mean? So, yeah, he got to come down a lot. Mr. King Palmer says, Spence coming for destruction in the first round. I agree with you, fam. I agree with you, man. He got to come. He got to bring the pain. He got to come out for destruction because this dude insulted him. This dude come from a lower, excuse me. This dude come from the lower weight classes and want to challenge you. I'm supposed to be the boogeyman. This little dude ain't supposed to call me out. These other welterweights don't even call me out. And you got this little boy talking about he want me. Spence gonna come out, you know, with something to prove. He got to. Javon Grant says Garcia is not the one to beat Spence. Spence will pick it up early and keep going until Garcia has no answer. Hopefully Robert will not make Mikey suffer like he did Margarito. That's what we were talking about earlier, man. You think Mikey Garcia's corner would throw in the towel? Me personally, I don't think so, man. I don't think Mikey, you know, did all this to throw in the towel. You know what I mean? If you recall, Mikey wanted this. You know what I mean? He's seen something in Spence. He said he wanted this fight because nobody thought he can do it. You know what I mean? He wanted to challenge himself, man. You know, Tony King says he's in the low 150s now as of yesterday. Yeah, I believe that. That's what I was saying earlier. Look like they both around, you know, in the low 150s. Both of them are right around weight. You know, Andre says, CMD, my man, yeah, it should be a good fight while it lasts, but I got Spence winning it. Second City CM Punk says if Garcia wins, he's going to win via TKO or KO on a counter punch. I'm calling it. Wow. You know, I think he'll shock the world, man. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, yeah, Kell Brook, he caught Spence with some good shots. You know what I mean? He definitely tested Spence's chin. And, you know, we could see, you know, some of them punches, you know, Spence let you know he felt them. We could see Spence felt those punches, man. Now, wouldn't it mess all y'all up, man, if Mikey dropped Spence? You know what I'm saying? Mikey said he got all this power. They say Mikey got power. It will mess y'all head up, man, if Mikey drops Spence. You know what I'm saying? Able to get that'll be one of the biggest upsets in a long time, man. In a long time. King Palmer, what you talking about, fam? Let me know what you talking about, fam. Second City CM Punk says, bro, we will all be in shock. Yeah, you ain't lying, man. JC Boxing says, you think Mikey quit or look for a way out against Salido like people claim? Yeah, you know what? In my opinion, I do think that Mikey didn't like what he was getting in that fight, and his nose was broke, and he didn't want to continue. I think he could have continued, but I think he didn't want to continue. But like I said, that was before the top rank break. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, after he came back from that 2.5 year or 2 year layoff, he's been a totally different fighter, man. He even said it himself. He's found this newfound love for boxing, man. And you've seen it in his performances, man. The way he approached boxing is totally different. He looked nothing like the fighter, before the break. You know what I mean? He's been crushing everybody. Like he's been saying, he's been fighting champion after champion, undefeated fighter after undefeated fighter. And he's not only winning these fights, but he's dominating these fights. You understand what I'm saying? He's dominating these fights. Mr. King Palmer says, that ain't happening. Mikey will KO Spence like the dude said, fam. He will not KO Spence like that dude said, fam. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. You might be right. I'm just saying it would be a surprise. It would shock the world if he did. You know what I'm saying? And it has been happening in the past that, people shock the world. You know what I'm saying? Rod Ramon says Pacquiao going to fight the winner of Spence and Garcia. I don't think he will fight Erroll Spence, man. Well, he might. You know what I mean? He might. Pacquiao ain't no slouch. Tony King says, y'all smoking crack if y'all think Mikey dropping Spence. Oh, man. Second City CM Punk says, King Palmer, I said if Mikey wins. CMD says, Andre, same here, team. I'm going with Spence. Yeah, a lot of people going with Spence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going with Spence, The title of this thing is, do you think Mikey will upset Spence? You know what I mean? Do you think that he got what it takes to be the one to shock the world? If you think about it, man, just think about it. Spence is he's really unproven, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, he passed the eyeball test with flying colors. I ain't gonna lie about that. The fight with Kell Brook he showed tremendous skills in that fight. He put on a clinic. He made Kell Brook look real fragile in there. You know what I'm saying? Beat up Lamont Peterson. Spence made everybody he get in the ring with look real bad. You know what I mean? No lie. But I believe that none of them dudes is on the level of Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? None of them dudes is on the level, skill for skill, with Mikey Garcia. I'm not saying Mikey gonna win either. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, Mikey's he ain't coming to lay down. I think it's gonna be a real competitive fight. It's gonna be a real competitive fight. I bring the ruckus says, against Salido, it was the corner that got him to take the easy way out. Yeah, but he could have said, "No, I want to fight." He could have shut that shit down and said, "No, I want to continue." You know what I mean? The corner could say anything. You know what I mean? But the decision comes down to the fighter. He could have told, "Nah, Robert, I want to fight," and that fight would have went on. Trust me. William Telemonte says, Mikey said if he wins, there will be the third title in 1 year. That would be amazing. And also his fifth weight division. Yeah, Mikey will he'll make history, man. He'll make history, man. Andre said Sprite and Lamont Peterson, J957, and his punches didn't hurt Spence. It's just a game plan. Matthew Valentine says Spence ain't unproven. What else does he have to do to get respect? Oh no, fam. I respect Spence. Spence is a monster. Spence is definitely a monster. I'm just saying Spence has not fought an elite fighter yet. That's all I'm saying. He haven't fought somebody who's going to go in there and fight fire with fire and is going to put it on him. You know what I mean? Oh, man, come on, fam. I definitely respect Spence. Vado Locals forever. Spence is not fighting Mikey Garcia. Spence is fighting Robert Garcia, the trainer. Robert is going to disarm Spence, Real boxers know what I'm talking about. Somebody said that in my comment section recently, man. I heard that same thing. Joseph Scott says, who Mikey beat, though? Broner, Easter, another man down. Yeah, I'm not saying Mikey fought no real stiff competition either. You know what I mean? He ain't fought no elite fighters either. Like I'm saying, this is a great test for both of them. Both undefeated champions who a lot of people consider both of them in the top 5 pound for pound going at it. Mano y mano on a collision course. It makes for a hell of a fight, man. Second City Punk says, at the same time, I don't blame Mikey if he know he up in the scorecards and that happens. Why take the punishment? Take the decision on a clear win. You talking about the Salido fight? Rod Ramon says Spence needs to beat Mikey, whom is an elite fighter. Right. He got to beat somebody that's elite. Same thing for Spence. You know what I mean? Troy King says Lamont Peterson ain't no scrub. Hell no, he ain't no scrub. Lamont Peterson always come to fight. He's game, man. He always come to fight. As we seen in the fight with Spence, he came to fight. He went straight at Spence. You know what I mean? A lot of people said that was the wrong fight for Lamont Peterson. Said he shouldn't have came at him like that. But Lamont wanted to show, you know what I mean, his little young buck that, you know, he was still the big dog, man. And Spence said, nah, fam, it ain't going down like that. No, sir. Chris Beard says, so you think Mikey beats Kell Brook? I don't know, fam. I don't know. Right now, yeah. Right now, yeah. A prime Kell Brook, I don't know. Kell Brook's a good fighter, man. I like Kell Brook. I rock with Kell Brook. You know, when Kell Brook was, you know, in his prime, he was one of my favorite welterweights. Kell Brook ain't no slouch, man. You know what I mean? Barker Raider says Spence is not top 5 pound for pound, though. He hasn't done anything to be mentioned in pound for pound. Spence put out something today saying by the end of the year he'll be number 1 pound for pound. So Spence begged to differ for that. Tony King says Kell Brooks ain't no punk either. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, fam. I see a lot of people messages retracted. JC Boxing says, well, Kell Brook damaged goods against Spence. Was Kell Brook damaged goods against Spence? I don't think so, man. You hear people saying that, you know, he was damaged goods, man, but I don't think so, man. If you look at the way he fought, man, you know, he was going back and forth with Spence. You know what I mean? He was going back and forth until Spence broke that orbital bone, you know, and it was the other eye, you know what I mean? It wasn't the same eye that Triple G broke, you know what I mean? But just think about it. If you break your eye, if you break a bone in your eye, and somebody keep punching on it, come on, man. How many of us gonna keep in there letting your broken bone in your eye keep getting hit on? You know what I mean? And you just went through the same thing in a fight before where the doctor told you almost lost your eye. You can go blind. You know what I mean? All that shit was running through Kell Brook's mind. Not making excuses for him, but I'm just saying, be human for a second and just think about that, man. You know, Second City Punk says, I tell you what, Spence has way more to lose than Mikey. Mikey is coming up. If he loses, he got beat by a great bigger opponent. If Spence loses, oh boy, he just got beat by a good smaller fighter. Yeah. Mikey, Mr. King Palmer says Mikey fought Lipinets. He was undefeated, and fought Easter Jr. That was undefeated. Broner, etc. Mikey has fought real champions, undefeated champions, man, and dominated in them fights too, fam. I'm with you, fam. Troy King says, full disclosure, I'm from Dallas, man down. I hear you, fam. I hear you. CMD says, everybody hit the like button, please. Yeah, hit that like button for me, fam. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, don't leave out of here without hitting that subscribe button. Parker Raider says, pound for pound fighters have won in more than one weight division. He has the potential to be pound for pound. I just don't think he has done enough. He is a 4 division champion. If he beats Spence, this will be his 5th division, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. Skills pay the bills, and a lot of people says his skills is of a great set. Rod Ramon says, who do you like Mikey to fight next year if he beats Spence? Maybe Loma. That's my thing, man. If y'all think if he beats Spence or loses to Spence, either way, do you think he's gonna come back down and fight Loma? I don't know. CMD, Hector Martin, what's up, team? What's up, team? Hit the like button as well. My man, appreciate that. Chris Baird says, everybody dominate Broner, clown ass. Yeah, you ain't lying. Broner ain't trying to do nothing. I bring the ruckus. What do you think is the next move for both winner and loser of this fight? I think if Erroll Spence wins, I think he'll go on to fight the winner of Ugas and Porter. And I think if Mikey Garcia wins, he'll go on to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's just my thoughts, man. Hector Martin, what's good with your fam? That's my fam right there. He says it will be a tough fight for Mikey, but can be done. Definitely can be done. Anything can be done. You ain't lying, fam. Antonio Ma says Mikey is daring to be great, moving up in weight, just like fighters have done in the past and won. Why are people criticizing so much? I don't know, man. I don't know. Mikey Garcia, you know what I'm saying? People criticizing it's just crazy to me, man, because none of them dudes in the welterweight division wanted to fight Spence. None of them. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, none of them wanted to fight Erroll Spence Jr., man. None of them was calling his name out. None of them was even speaking his name in interviews. You know what I'm saying? It took this guy from a smaller weight class to jump up and put his hand up in the classroom and says, pick me. I want the boogeyman. Mikey needs to be respected for that, man. Mikey needs to be respected for that, you know. Second City says, your opinion, who is the best trainer out there right now, hands down? That's a hard question, man. You got some real good trainers out there, man. You know, you got to look at who got the most champions out there right now. Who's really putting in work, you know? I think Derek James had a good 2018. Robert Garcia's right up there. I don't know. You got some real good trainers out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko's dad, you know what I'm saying? He's doing a hell of a job with those Eastern European dudes, man. Usyk, he's the trainer of Usyk and his son. You know, you got some real good trainers out there, man. Hector Martin said AB was a waste of time. Yeah, AB's a real letdown, man. AB is like, come on, man. AB is, you know, I drove to Cincinnati 3 or 4 times to see Adrian Broner, man. And he's just a big disappointment, man. Just waste of talent, man. Chris Baird says Mikey is scared of Crawford. They've been going at it the last week or two, man, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? They've been going at it on Twitter and social media, man. So I think, you know, they might have a fight in the future. Andre says Lamont Peterson scored higher on a punching game, 957, higher than Mikey and Spence. Lamont couldn't hurt him, but Spence still stopped him. It's just a game, so I guess the game is overrated. Yeah, fam. Tony King says, I can't wait to come back here after the fight. How long is it going to take you to go live after that fight? Fam. Listen to me, man. I'm not saying Mikey Garcia is going to win the fight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying Erroll Spence is going to win the fight. I'm just saying it's going to be a good fight. I'm saying that it's going to be more competitive than what people think. That's all I'm saying, fam. I'm saying that if Mikey Garcia does lose, I think in his loss, he will show everybody that he still is one of the best fighters in the world right now. In defeat, he'll still show that. I'm not saying that he's going to win this fight. But I'm definitely going to go live after that fight, win, lose, or draw. Believe that there, you know. Hector Martin says, good luck to both fighters. No doubt. Hector Martin says, Robert Garcia and Crawford's trainer, Bo Mack. Yeah, both of them are good trainers, man. Rod Ramon says, I like your opinion on boxing. Going to subscribe. Hey, I appreciate that, fam. Don't forget to hit the like button while you're here, man. Definitely appreciate that. Hector Martin says, Crawford beat Mikey in the amateurs. Yeah, I think he beat him like twice. JC Boxer says, I think Mikey has more to lose because he could get hurt badly and never be the same after fighting a beast like Erroll Spence. And you might be right, man. You take a look at Kell Brook. I think Kell Brook had a very bright career, man, before he went up there and fought Triple G. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta blame Eddie Hearn on that shit too, man. Why would you send your fighter up there for disaster? You know what I'm saying? You offer a fighter that type of bread that he's never made before. You know what I mean? He's gonna jump out that bag because he's a fighter. You know what I'm saying? But his team shouldn't have let him do that, man. Especially, you know, Triple G was the boogeyman at that time. You know what I mean? And to jump up 2 weight class to face the boogeyman at 160 who nobody wanted to face. Come on, man. Eddie Hearn's to blame. His team's to blame. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that. You know what I mean? I ain't like that, man. Let me see. Hector Martin says, don't listen to the haters. Oh, fam, I ain't paying them no attention, man. I ain't paying them no attention. Rod Ramon says, Crawford ain't fought nobody. Khan is the biggest name opponent, and Khan ain't the same fighter. I agree with you. I agree Crawford ain't never fought a fighter like Amir Khan. And Amir Khan, like you said, he ain't the same fighter. Tony King says, no, bro, I just want to see the comments. Where'd it go? No matter who wins. I feel you, fam. No doubt. No doubt. Chris Beard says, it's going to be a great fight until Mikey gets knocked out. And you may be right, man. I believe it's going to be a real good fight. You know what I mean? No matter if Mikey win or lose, I think it's going to be a real competitive fight. You know what I'm saying? Narco Hampton TV. Mikey Garcia is going to get KO. Facts. A lot of people say that, fam. Vado Locos Forever says if he loses to Spence, he should go down and fight Loma. I agree, 110%, man. William Telemonte says if Mikey wins, his next fight should be Crawford. That would be a good one. That would be a good one. Settle the score from the amateurs. Second City Punk says, I think Triple G messed that boy up. He was broken still when he fought Erroll Spence, in my opinion. Yeah, man, like I said, man, Eddie Hearn, what's his trainer name, the bald-head dude, man. I just think, you know, that was a bad decision on Team Brook, man, to let him go up there and fight the boogeyman of the middleweight division, man. Straight up. My man CMD says, Tony King, so you going to be like that Michael Jackson meme, sitting down with some popcorn and reading the comments? Mr. King Palmer says, nobody wants to fight Crawford. That's why he's fighting Khan. Yeah, don't nobody want that smoke with Crawford, man. Hector Martin says, good fight for the boxing fans. I agree. He says, what if Spence gets KO'd? You know, I think that'll shock the world if Mikey Garcia is able to KO Spence. You know what I mean? He'll shock the world, you know. Robert Mountain says, Mikey deserves to be respected as the only fighter other than Terrence Bud Crawford who is willing to step up and challenge Erroll Spence. If he pulls this off, this will be the biggest upset since Douglas. I agree with that 100%. Mikey got big watermelons for balls, man. I'm telling y'all, Mikey Garcia ain't no joke, man. And the confidence and the swag that he's walking around with, come on, man. Come on, man. Versus Tyson. Yeah, I know who you were talking about, fam. Vado Locos Forever said, good trainers produce champions. No question. No question. Vados. Mr. King Palmer says, Vados Locos Forever. He called him a damn troll. God damn, King Palmer. Hector Martin says, Douglas beat Tyson's ass good. Yeah, man. Douglas' mom passed away, man. Douglas came in there with a one-track mind, and that was to get that title, man. You know what I'm saying? That was to get that title, man. But I just jumped on here. You know, I wanted to come on here and do a quick live, man. I've been on here for over an hour. So I'm going to get the hell up out of there, man. I appreciate you all for tuning in. If you're yet to subscribe to the channel, don't leave out of here without hitting that subscribe button. Also, you can comment, like, and share, man. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I'm dropping more videos, man. Mr. King Palmer, salute to your fam. I appreciate you all stopping through. And until next time, peace. I'll holla back.